tribal members, how this causes the tribe to spend more public funds on preventing the crime and punishing crime, and protecting the public. So those kinds of things are very important to have in any ordinance or any tribal law. It's just that background, comprehensive framework. The proposed new draft doesn't have any of that in there. It just states that there's important things that we need to do in general. So I think that could be beefed up if that's the direction that the legislature decides to go eventually. The other good things are that it's very simple in that it authorizes the board to do just about anything necessary that's consistent with the purposes that the Housing Authority was created for. So like right now, the low-income housing tax credit project, the Housing Authority was able to build a 15-unit apartment complex for homeless and low-income tribal members with preference given to veterans. And it's fully filled up right now. They have tenants in each unit that are paying rent, and that was a result of their ordinance authorizing them to do that type of project, enter into agreements with other investors, create subsidiary corporations. I mean, all of that stuff is not, they don't have that authority, I don't think, in the new draft proposal. I also don't think that if it is in there, it's not clearly stated, and it's going to cause, it could cause issues later for anybody that wanted to challenge the Housing Authority's authority. Somebody mentioned that they thought the Housing Authority should operate independent from politics. That's the way this was set up initially. This ordinance was meant to create the Housing Authority as a separate entity. If you look at the way that the authority is established, they were elected by the General Council, and then they're supposed to serve staggered terms, thank you, and then re-election. So then you have that consistency of knowledge from the board members, and that is free from the politics. That's not how it ended up working, because the new 2001 Constitution, things changed. Now the executive branch has the authority to appoint board members, but still the legislature has the authority to confirm or deny confirmation of those board members that are chosen by the executive branch. So it's a combination of the two, and all the major boards that I'm aware of, the health board, the elders center board, the casino board, all of those are set up to be appointed by the executive branch with confirmation by the legislature. The way that this new proposed ordinance deviates from that, I'm not too sure why, because these are all new established boards. It's just kind of confusing, I guess. And actually, hearing Penny talk tonight now makes a lot more sense to me, that this is an ordinance that was probably drafted years ago during a time when things were much more confrontational, and possibly before those other boards were established. I don't know what confirmations came through on those, but the other good thing, it establishes a protective layer between the tribe and the tribal assets and projects that the Housing Authority is involved in. The Housing Authority is authorized here to enter into agreements to sue and to be sued, but it clarifies that no tribal property or